All right, come on in. Welcome to the show. Keep that applause going. Robin Doolittle in the red chair. Well, Robin Doolittle sitting beside me right here tonight. Very excited for tonight's program. I hope you've had a wonderful day. However, you've chosen to experience it. So Robin Doolittle, of course, one of the Toronto Star reporters that helped break the... How would we describe the Rob Ford story now? Because we've had the... That's really funny. Jackass 3 is That's really funny. Robin wrote a book called Crazy Town. I don't love the title of the book because I think it's sort of... whatever, but the contents of the book, the journalism is super strong. So I'm really looking forward to having that conversation with Robin about Rob Ford. Just over 2 days until the Sochi opening ceremonies. I'm very excited about this. Did you know, this chair got super low. Did you know, and of course you did because you're a well-educated, lovely bunch, not just book smart, but street smart, on this day in 1924, Canada won its first Winter Olympic gold in hockey. It was the amateur hockey club called the Toronto Granites who won. And if memory serves me, I believe they beat the Soviet homophobes. It was by, you know what? I read it wrong. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. They beat the American Global Depression causers. That's who they beat. In that Juno nominations today. Before we get to the debrief, Arcade Fire way out front with 6 nominations. Congratulations. Followed by Michael Bublé. Oh, hey, Bublé. Michael Bublé and Serena Ryder with 5 each. How about our fearless leader, the president of Drake Nation, Drake, Tegan and Sarah, also some love with 4 nominations, which is so fantastic. I have no complaints with that one. Well, actually, I have one complaint. There's one obvious, glaring exception. They did not nominate I put my heart and soul into that record. The songs I wrote were about you. There's always 2015. I can reissue a release, so, you know. Shall we deal with the day? All right. I want to start in Ottawa, if I can, the real center of the universe. The feds tabled new legislation today. It's called the Fair Elections Act. Kind of begs the question, what were we doing before? All kinds of things in there. Harsher penalties for breaking election law, plus there's going to be a whole new independent body separate from Elections Canada to make sure there's no cheating or chicanery. There'll also be an official registry for robocalling to try to prevent those mysterious, misleading calls. Do you hear that, Pierre Poutine? Or whichever political staffer gets thrown under the bus next time for the work of your bosses. This is also interesting. This is going to piss off a lot of people in the smaller towns. There's no more vouching for your neighbor when she or he forgets their ID. I'm not going to lie to you. I like to think that I don't operate as an urban guy. I like to think that I operate as a Canadian, not a city guy. But there are still people in this country who go, yeah, I know him. Yeah, I know him. This is Canada. Yeah, I know him. Isn't good enough. And limber up your checkbooks because the maximum amount you can give has gone up. You used to be able to donate to a political party up from $1,200. You could do $1,200. Now, 1,500 bones. I'm gonna miss the robocalls because it was really nice just to have someone to talk to. Happy birthday to a few people. Facebook turned 10 today, so congratulations to them. And they knew you were gonna clap before you clapped. They have an algorithm. I don't want to look back at how it's changed. It's not important to me. It is what it is, social networking. I get that. It's very valuable in a lot of ways. But let's look to the future. Because when a kid turns 10, this is right around the time when you start to find out if they're going to be a cool person or not. This is really important. Sometimes you can find out earlier. Damien from The Omen, I think, was only 6. Problem Child was around 9. But the Olsen twins didn't turn bad till they were 12. So... And you're already getting strange signs from Facebook because they only hang out with weird moms that love cats in Farmville. So that's what they do. And you know what's funny about Facebook? It's them that get a lot of the heat. A lot of people thought for the beginning it would be Google who would turn evil. So let me show you this. Take a look at this here. This is a mystery barge. This barge belongs to Google. And for months, that barge has been floating in the San Francisco harbor, parked right out front. Here's the thing. No one knows what it was doing or what was on it. And people kept asking, hey, what's on the barge? And they'd be like, it's a mystery barge. It's a mystery barge. Which is really terrifying. Authorities in San Francisco have finally had enough. They've said, if you're not going to tell us what it is, get it out of here. So that barge is leaving. But where is it going? What is on it? A boat that we don't know the contents of in the middle of a bizarre weather age that we live in, and they have all this algorithm information that they're gaining from us. What do they know that when, oh my God, they're building an ark. They're building... Can I play something that I think is the best video I've seen all day? Look at this. That is an amazing ad. That is an amazing ad. Say hello. Say hello. Oh, cutie patootie. All right, so, do you remember we told a story last week about a man in Montreal with a crowdfunding campaign? He wanted to create his own version of a cat cafe. Oh, what's a cat cafe? It's literally a cafe filled with cats. Like a humane society with an espresso machine. Or like going over to your single Aunt Karen's house for a green tea. But guess what? Vancouver, not so laid back after all, is now jealous. The city plans to get its own feline-filled Java joint, and they want it this fall. You know what they're gonna call it? Catfay. It was either Catfay or Tim Horcats or Clawbucks. However they wanted to do it. That's your debrief.